Good morning, evening, and afternoon, and welcome to Nikke, the Goddess of Victory. Today will be the next part of the story, which would be the Ark Rangers Part 2, Story 2, I should say. I haven't actually verified it, but I'm pretty sure it's on now, because I've seen a few things online, social media and such, not too bad, kind of what I kind of expected. I just know it involves Moran, her talking about dinosaurs, and the apparently fight the queens. I was gonna say minion, but at first I was thinking like maybe they're called heretics, but they're not really heretics because heretics are like fallen Nikkes, but these ones are more like amalgamations of Nikkes, so it's not really the same thing. Anyway, we fight that as well. But I just want to say that the popularity poll for Cinderella's new costume is out. My opinion is probably the same as most that I've seen on social media. Out of the three, the two most popular is the maid outfit and the bunny outfit. The school outfit, even to me as well, is I guess it's a bit lacking, I guess you could say. In terms of its appeal, I should say. In my opinion, I would probably prefer the maid one. And I'll explain why in a second. But the bunny one, I'm not too sure. Maybe it's just because of the other bunny outfits in Nikke that's kind of, I guess you could call it, desensitized me. So, and as for the maid one, at first I was a bit unsure myself. I was a bit unsure, I should say. Mainly because the other maid outfits in Nikke are alright, but they're not. I was going to say, they're not on par with, let's say, Azure Lane's maid outfits. One that kind of made me, I guess this, kind of look forward to Cinderella's is mainly the pose it has, as well as it has a similar look to, a feel, I should say, to, what was her name? I can't remember. It was my favorites. Azulane. It's been a long since I played Azulane. I can't remember the team that she's on. I just know that that specific team is based on the German ship lines, and I did had the name in my mind. But yeah, so she has a similar skinned costume as this one. So it's one of my favorites as well. I really love it. So when I saw this one of Cinderella's, I'm hoping it gets something similar-ish, I guess you could say. But other than that, I'm not too sure about all of these. But yeah, maid one for me is the closest one, I guess. The other day when I was going over the Ark Rangers stuff, I had come to the thoughts, okay, well, this is when we're going to be replacing the summer event because it's a 3-week event in summer. And yeah, that's just unfortunate. But I was mistaken, actually. We still are going to get the summer event. And the summer events are going to be live streamed on the 27th, I believe. So in about a week's time, there will be the next so-called event. So far, no information on who it's going to be, but there are theories going around that it's going to contain about the I'm going to say school life, but the people in the school, like Tia, Naga, Ray. I can't remember the other two. Mainly, the reason being is that there was a chameleon on the promotional art. People tie that to tier. We already have the new skin for Naga. Not going to go straight into it because it is actually quite insane of a skin. This one, really nice, but yeah, it's quite a bit. That is the next mission pass skin. So once, what's her name? Trina? I can't remember her name. I didn't want to go for too long. That was also quite insane. 12 days left, and then Nagas will be in shop. So obviously we have Naga, so we'd obviously probably get tier as well. And there was a penguin in the picture as well, so people think that's probably Ray. I don't know. But anyway, I was thinking earlier that with the Ark Rangers event being 3 weeks long, you'd think, okay, we're gonna get Black Ark Ranger, and we're gonna get another Ranger, maybe red, maybe blue will be free, that type of thing. We're into story 2, and there has been no information about another Nikke being available. Which I gotta say is a bit of a letdown. I probably wasn't gonna pull anyway, but not having any other Nikke being the 3 week is quite a drought. I don't think I recall seeing this before. Yeah, I started rates up, didn't even see that. Yeah. It looks like it is story 2, so that's perfectly fine. So, I'm not too sure where we're going to go with the story because story 2 should contain Moron, which I believe is something to do with her shooting a video or a movie, probably with the Ark Rangers, maybe. But then how does that tie in with the characters and Ingrid's assistants helping Ingrid? I mean, well, it's only going to be a while, so actually, before I do that, maybe we use the robots to fight the new robot from the Queen. Just wanted to get my extra moves, these things, so we can get it out of the way straight away. No, this feels like a Evangelion type of feel to it. Let's see who's got the buffs. Oh wait, no. I'll probably just use that. That is 6. That's fine. Okay, so then let's do that and that. That should be fine. Okay, let's see. I did forget to show the Moran skin. It was quite insane in terms of the way it portrayed like 2 different versions of her. Obviously, it seems like one is her normal version, the other one is the acting version. Never would have thought I would see Moran like this. Okay, so she's actually acting as the bad guy. this little unease is it suits Moran a lot better. That expression, I should say. Yeah, that's one thing I'm quite surprised as well. I would not have expected Moran to be in this role. Mustang. Huh. He doesn't usually stuff like that. I mean, he doesn't usually do stuff like that. I'm trying to remember what her role was during that time. Oh, the... Oh, I remember there was... It's been a while, that part of the campaign. I do remember parts, but yeah. I wouldn't really say that would help in a sense. I just had a glimpse, and I'm actually quite surprised by the. I don't know why I'm surprised. Nikke's quality over skins is insane, as well as some of their new Nikkes as well. Just from this part here, the mirror. I was not expecting that. Huh, hold on. Elise didn't make me do a swimsuit photo shoot. I wonder if this is like a foreshadowing to the next event. It's interesting as well because people have always have been wanting Moron's swimsuit, mainly because we've got Rosanna's and Sakura's. We're just missing the third one. So this is just telling people don't expect it going into summer. Hmm. Yeah. I'm telling her she's not that bright. I did see some, I'm not really spoilers, but pictures where we got expectant. Obviously, I knew Moran's going to be in there, and I saw her talking about dinosaurs. And I always find it funny with her infatuation with dinosaurs. It's funny. Yeah, this is what I saw this part, yeah. Because people were comparing it to old dinosaur memes that people had posted in the past with dinosaurs breathing fire and dinosaurs using lightning. Okay, interesting. I've actually been thinking about who you could probably expect. Obviously, it's a bit off topic from this, but I'm trying to think of who would be expecting from the summer event. And I'm actually still just drawing a blanks because we've got one summer skin already. We just need expecting maybe one or two summer versions, summer alts, I should say, of characters. Last summer we had Rappy Red Hood's summer skin, and then we had I should never seen Moran's burst animation. um, so we had Rappy Red Hood's skin. I think we had another skin. I can't remember who it was specifically, but then we had summer alts where Oleg and Dorothy. So if we're going into the same thing, we've got Naga's skin. We just need two more up on the surface. Oh. Okay, I wasn't expecting counters. Yeah, keep getting sidetracked. As much as I'd like to hurry to them, we can't just ignore this. Yes, and if it's coming straight from Ingrid, it's likely not something trivial. I think it's also the first time we've seen properly all three of them in their tactical upgrades. I wonder if this is us then fighting the Queen's person. She said there were some recent developments though. It's moving. An EMP type of blast to disable them. Don't mention ghosts in front of Rappy. I find it funny how they're still keeping that with her. That's quite nice. Something about this isn't normal. We should go check it out. One of the affected areas happens to be on the way to Eden. Let's go check it out. Why are they repeating checking that out? Oh well. True. I mean, they've got absolutes. They've got other top tier teams they could use, but maybe they just view it as too strong of a problem and they had to use counters. Hmm. Huh. Okay. That reminds me that we still haven't actually seen Matt, Metis. Metis. I'll just use the Japanese pronunciation. Metis. 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 Metis is. We haven't seen them yet, even though I thought we were going to see them a lot in this 3-week event. Yeah. Come to think of it, there aren't really that many squads that specialize in combat. Yeah. There's a lot more reconnaissance and um, resource gathering squads than there are combat squads. Now, though, Huh. I wonder if the more Nikkes we tend to find these days will be more specialized towards combat, but we actually haven't in a sense. Um, Snow Crane. I can't remember her name properly. One of the recent Nikkes is more of a delivery Nikke. Um, Ark Ranger Black is performative. Obviously, she tries her best, but compared to other combat Nikkes, not really on par. What else have we had recently? Can't remember. On the top of my head, that is. Well, yeah, that would work with the Ark Ranger squad. Are we considered part of the Ark's military forces? Yeah. And they can't rely on mass-produced Nikkes as well. In other words, what we need is heroes. Yeah, and I don't. I was gonna say I don't really view the Ark Rangers as heroes per se. So I think that's what they're trying to push with this in between stories here, but yeah, I don't know. Um, hmm. I would have to go through the. I think after this story, I might just spend a bit, about another 5 minutes, going through the Wikipedia. Take a look to see who I feel like might fit the role more for the new alt for summer. I look over the wasteland. There's a shallow crater about 30 meters in diameter. And about 20 meters away from that, there are the bodies of Nikkes and raptors strewn about, along with some deer. They're all motionless. It's quite a wasteland picture. A Humvee with some tanks and planes, buildings. It is technically her first role with her new body, so it's interesting to see her trying to flaunt it in a sense. Neon starts walking. After a while, she reaches the spot where the Nikkes and raptors are. She crouches down and begins checking something. Then she suddenly stops moving. Neon collapses to the ground with a thud, then goes still. Neon. Upper activates 7 dwarfs quick and grabs me and Anis and pulls us back. The wind slams against my face. Carried with it is a faint, mysterious scent that tickles my nostrils. The scent. I've smelled it before. But from where? Oh, I remember now. It's from... I'm trying to remember who that new heretic-ish enemy from the Queen is. Because all the newest ones have had certain parts taken from the other Nikkes, I should say. Was this one Haran's part? I'm not too sure. I can't remember. My body feels like it's shaking. My head hurts. I'm dizzy. Stop. Slowly open my eyes. Rappy is shaking me desperately. There's a pain in my chest. She's not shaking me. She's performing CPR. Oh shit. My lungs frantically pull in air. As my mind clears, a sharp pain explodes in my chest. So I guess I'm sure he's technically almost died multiple times already. Or one of the closest. Well, what happened? I sit up. I feel something dry and rough on my chin and hands. I look down at my hands. There's dry blood on them. Wow, okay. So it would mean he was coughing up blood. Is this my blood? Right. I look at Rappy and Anis. The expression shift from fear to relief. Where's Neon? Neon weakly raises her hand as she leans against a rock. It's okay, I'm just glad you're safe. There are fallen Nikkes and Raptors lying scattered around the crater. Wild animals too. Neon collapsed the moment she approached, and I started covering up blood the moment I breathed in that scent. I died and came back. If not for the special gene in my blood, I'd just be dead. I was gonna say I don't know if that would be true or not, technically. But yeah. Well, again, we don't know. Rappy. It's okay. Everyone's safe. Don't blame yourself. When I was exposed to that chemical, it had a scent that I recognized. Yeah. Yeah. It had the exact same scent as what Haran used to use. Let's report this to Ark for now. It's not something we can deal with on our own. I look where Neon is pointing. Far up, far away up in the sky. A massive cylindrical object is hurling towards the surface. I kind of know what this is already, but yeah, because they did promote it, I guess you could say, with the new Ark Rangers. After a few moments, it disappears behind a mountain range. A small flash briefly lights up the sky behind the mountains. But why did it go over there? That's not good. Huh. Okay. I'm just a bit worried that what's going to happen here is, um, well, maybe it would work, but it would be a bit something I don't quite enjoy. Would be the only way to fight it because of all the chemicals and such is to use the robots, the Lion Bull and Hawk robots combine and fight this big robots. It's makes sense. Robots, it's in a big robot, so there's no sense or whatever. But following the battle with 6-0, Nikke has been dedicating all available resources to repairing the damaged Ark. Her attention has largely been directed to maximizing the efficiency due to the dramatically reduced energy output from the Ark's power source. As a result, service surveillance has been relatively neglected. Nikke detects the anomaly immediately after the explosion. The object fell from a high altitude, detonating upon impact and generating a shockwave. Nikke initiates regional scans after detecting the shockwave, and then deploys a large number of drones to investigate the disturbance. The explosion occurred approximately 8 kilometers from the Ark. I don't know how to convert that to miles for people who prefer miles, but I would just plainly guess 4 miles. I'm not too sure. The drones Nikke sent quickly arrive at the location. However, the footage they transmit reveals nothing of particular note. There are no anomalies other than a shallow, newly formed crater. This is Nikke is about to log it as a result of a misfired missile from a Time class Rapture. She receives a transmission from the Countess. Chemical weapons. Upon hearing the term, Nikke immediately withdraws all resources allocated to repairing the Ark and begins calculating. All relevant variables are factoring into the analysis: wind direction, velocity and concentration, and mass of the chemical agent, all of it. She concludes that trace amounts could potentially enter the Ark through the surface elevator. Nikke immediately seals off the elevator and the entire area within a 2-kilometer radius. She uses concrete walls extending to the Ark ceiling to create an airtight seal. She also establishes a monitoring system to observe all activity within the sealed area. As a precaution, she deploys the Blaze Out squad to the area's outer perimeter. Then she watches. I believe the Blaze Out squad was used previously in the Resident Evil collab. I believe that was the same squad. I can't remember. I don't think we know the Blaze Out squad. I'm just taking a quick search. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we haven't actually seen them. We just know about them. They were used during the Resident Evil arc, when they're used to with against chemical bioterrorism, that type of thing. 20 minutes later, the 2,048 humans and 138 Nikkes who were sealed inside lose their lives. Wow. Humans die after coughing up blood, whereas the Nikkes die with no outward symptoms. And Nikke utilizes all available means to investigate the affected area. She identifies the composition of the chemical agent. The substance reacts with human blood, causing it to boil, and with the Nikke's core, causing them to shut down. It cannot be detected through conventional visual means. The only distinguishable trait is a unique scent. After cordoning off an additional 2-kilometer area centered around the site, it extends in the blaze-out squad. They are tasked with sterilizing the biohazardous zone using ultra-high temperature. In accordance with their duty as part of the Ark's Biological Hazard Control Center, then 4 hours after the blaze-out squad is deployed. The region is erased from the Ark's map data. Yeah. Wow. I see. Thanks. The ground suddenly begins to tremble. What is that? I look in the direction Neon is pointing. Swarms of raptors are moving forward, kicking up clouds of dust. They're heading for the Ark. I was not expecting such a deep story part here. But yeah, why I'm a bit hesitant at this moment is, to me it still just feels like a side story. Like after all of this is done, I feel like in later laws or other things they probably won't be mentioned again. Because they tend to do that with a lot of side stories, is not bringing it up again. Laplace. Metis, upgrade. Overspec. The problem I have with this supposed chemical weapon is was if they destroy it in the air, it will just rain down the chemical. I'm not too sure. Yeah. The rapture swarm is closing in. The vibrations intensify. I feel like the next thing she's gonna say is something idiotic. I love Mattis. They make every single serious moment into an enjoyable one. That's unfortunate. We probably won't see. Well, we might be able to see Metis in the summer events, but I wouldn't hold my breath because I feel like the next time we see them is probably going to be their overspec versions. Because before I continue, because where I view it is what they could do is if they were to make summer events for Metis, they would probably want to tie it in with their overspec versions, kind of like with Rappy. When Rappy got her overspec, then she got her summer version afterwards to tie the skin with the new unit. Because giving the old Metis um, summer skins, then giving them the overspecs, it's kind of a mismatch. Metis. I kind of like Maxwell's call for us in the Japanese one, baby. What's the situation? Oh, here it comes. Everyone looks up at the sky. The missile pierces through the clouds. We'll cover you. Metis moves into position to intercept the incoming missile. We surround Metis and engage the Raptors coming from all directions. Moments later. Got a little CG art. I remember there was a specific way that some Japanese called this image. I can't remember what it was called though. Blinding flash erupts. Metis' attack strikes at the single missile with perfect precision. A giant explosion colors the sky. I think you're a little bit of a percent over. Because what's funny is, obviously, if they're going to go into thirds, 33.3, 33.3, then 33.4, that means she's used the most power. Ingrid, what are the targets? Yeah. What? Counters assist in intercepting it. The sending missile begins to change shape. Its flat surface writhes, and immediately a spark thrusts downward. It changed into a drill. It's going to break into the arc that way. All attacks converge on the descending weapon, but it rapidly accelerates and detonates just as it slams into the ground. As the smoke clears, a gaping black hole lies before us. A hole leading to somewhere unmistakable. Raptors begin pouring into the gaping hole. Ingrid, Raptors are entering the Ark. Elsewhere, while on a break. Yeah. Ark Ranger Black is reviewing a combat manual. So unfortunately, it looks like we might be getting to what our theories might happen. We're going to have to use the robots to fight the robot. She lifts her head and looks up. It's a sensation she's felt before. Familiar yet deeply unpleasant tremor. It reminds me, we haven't actually seen either that Hope lookalike person or Hope. Going straight into it. Another hole has been torn open in the Dome of Eternity. Nikke is able to respond quickly thanks to her prior experience. She calculates where the raptors will land and seals off the area within a 4-kilometer radius. As she does, she imposes a media blackout. She deploys optical camouflage developed by Eden, conceals both the breach in the dome and the sealed area. Civilians know there's a disturbance within the sealed area, but have no way of knowing what's causing it. Nikke deploys all nearby Nikkes and unmanned units. Raptors that enter the Ark are immediately funneled into a confined zone. Ark Ranger Black crashes a Raptor's core with her kick. The Raptor collapses in silence. Two more approach, shaking the ground with their steps. Kaneko clicks rings through the air. As the vast on Ark Ranger Black's right arm changes shape. I'm guessing this is from what I think Mustang provided her a better body for it. She lets her arm forward and a barrage of gunfire erupts. Both Raptors detonate in small explosions and tumble to the ground. Yeah. Moran sends a Raptor reeling with a roundhouse kick. An Ark Ranger Black fires at its core. The Raptor collapses, and for a brief moment, the surroundings fall silent. Moran and Ark Ranger Black charge forward. Ark Rangers Red and Blue stand dumbstruck for a moment, then follow after them. The situation quickly begins to settle. Having learned from the previous attacks on the Ark, Nikke has the situation under complete control. Not a single Raptor escapes the containment zone, and deployed Nikkes are delivering results. Moran and Ark Ranger Black take down every Raptor in sight, while Ark Rangers Red and Blue focus on rescuing trapped civilians. After that continues for some time, Ark Ranger Black knows the surroundings have grown quiet. Ark Ranger Black looks down at her hands. Hope. Oh, she said that, yeah. Suddenly she hears something. The sound of someone running at full speed. She lifts her head. Oh, Hope is the person who she can save. And now I'm guessing this is going to be a person look like Hope. Yeah, she sees Hope running. Behind him, a Raptor giving chase. Ark Ranger Black shuts her eyes tight and shakes her head hard. She must be seeing things. She opens her eyes again. Hope is still running, and Raptor is still chasing him. Ark Ranger Black starts running in, and everyone follows behind her. A frightened boy comes into her view, together with Raptor standing in front of him. It's like the nightmare from before is happening all over again. She remembered back to the time, back to when she pompously believed she could do anything. Ark Ranger Black once again stands in front of the boy. Luke, yeah. Ark Ranger Black hunches down and blocks every shot with her body. What they should have done is, rather than give us the name, they should go in question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. To allow us to feel like, is it him, is it not him? But yeah, now we know it's not him. Probably a twin. Parts of her body shatter and splinter, but she does not fall. Boy looks up at her. Ark Ranger Black unleashes the Arc Black Meteor right onto the Rapture's weak spot. Its core shatters with a sharp crack, and Rapture falls for silence. Boy watches wide-eyed as the battered hero walks towards him. When Ark Ranger Black reaches him, she kneels down on one knee. Yeah. I mean, they could have at least removed the badge if they want to reuse the model for twin. Ark Ranger Black takes out something from her pocket. Hope's trading card, the plastic case now cracked. Luke swings at the card and sends it tumbling across the ground. Luke walks away. Moran starts moving. She picks up the trading card lying on the ground and tucks it into her clothes. The first thing that came to mind is like where? Can I be either here or here? But yeah. Then she runs after Luke. Red and blue help Black up, propping her up on either side. It's quite a long one, this specific part. I somehow doubt that. The earlier missile strikes were part of a collaboration process to more precisely target the Ark. Once the enemy determined they could reliably hit the Ark, they sent down a weapon to create a breach. Then they pushed Raptures through that breach, but there weren't that many Raptures, and not many high tier ones either. Yeah. What's their reasoning? A test? The real objective must have been to make a hole and then detonate one or more of those chemical weapons above it. Mustang, did you manage to get things sorted out over there? Setting out the Ark Rangers, okay. Oh, what? Yeah, I do apologize for people who are trying to focus on the writing rather than listening, because that's what I'm doing. I'm just listening to him. I don't really mentioned it multiple times. I really do not care about the English version for this. Just hold on a second. Why are the Ark Rangers? Oh, what is going on? Okay. Interesting. Hmm. Okay. Not really sure what to really make sense of it all. Um. Okay. Anyway, that'll be it for part one. Because it's already been over an hour. I'll do part two and hopefully finish it, but it might just be a small part three at the end of that. But yeah, I'll see you in part two.